everyone, how you doing? Well, I'm up. I've cleaned the camper. Doesn't look like it because we just took that out, but I cleaned the camper and the day's almost over already, and that's okay. Look, it's still raining. It's still raining. So why didn't I nap today? Because fudge, I mean, it's raining. It's been raining for 3 days straight since Saturday. And in the camper, I mean, there's so much that we cannot do or we can't do, right? So the universe has pushed me to heal and to rest and force me to rest instead of thinking about the next place we're gonna go, thinking about the next healing part. I've just been reading my book, A Course of Love, and in there it was actually talking about accepting your emotion, accepting where you are right now instead of going for an ideal self that you think, right? I was like, oh, my ideal self, I would be the girls are playing outside. Sorry, I'm just gonna they're singing, baby, I'm stuck in my depression. Alright, so yeah, so in the book it says to accept where we are right now. So if you don't like, right, I've been so not accepting of my emotion. I was like, I want to be my ideal self, the one who's happy all the time, the one who's oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, right? Like, it's not the people pleaser, but kind of. And so it says, well, the goal is not the goal is not to not feel anything. The goal is to actually say, yeah, I don't like this. And to actually not feel judgment towards that I don't like this, right? So to accept that there's stuff that I like and there's stuff that I don't like. But actually I have to acknowledge it, right? So this morning in my post, in the one that I said, yeah, and because I'm sure it may have triggered some people, like, oh my God, she's not doing well. I'm actually doing very well. Yes, and saying that, you know, there's a part of me that now find Erik was lucky. Right? For 6.5 years, I was like, oh my God, poor Erik. I'm the one stuck. I was okay. And like, he was not lucky. He died. That's not luck, right? That's not okay. But I do know that once you pass away, all resistance and all negative emotion and everything that's like the heaviness goes away because you become one with the universe. And you're like on the light, like you're on a different vibration. But I had a hard time, first of all, accepting that. Like, oh, he's around me. I know I see signs that he's around me. But as I'm acknowledging the bullshit that I went through and the hard times and the struggles, I'm like, fuck, he was lucky. As I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I don't think about it every single minute of the day, right? Then I'm like, oh, I don't have my husband. Actually, I'm okay. I really am okay. I do have moments, right? My life is not 24/7 of grief, and you can tell that. Some posts I will post are uplifting, some posts I'm like, I'm struggling, but because I have a post that shows that I'm struggling doesn't mean my whole entire life is down to shit. And actually today my post, I'm a little pissed off right now. I'm gonna explain to you why for a minute. My post is how I felt this morning in the moment. There's only the now that exists. And you know what? In the past, I was ashamed. I'm like, right now, I was ashamed of feeling emotions that I did not think were acceptable or acceptable to show, right? The ego doesn't want to be seen as weak or doesn't want to be seen as, you know, anything else than extraordinary. But now, like, man, this is how I felt this morning, and I'm not ashamed of saying it. And I accept that this morning, for the first time, I said, man, he was lucky. I don't want to die. Gosh, I don't want to die. I do not want to die. I love life. It's just struggle. But for me to be in acceptance of my emotion, that is part of the grief process. Being in denial of your own emotion. I was not in denial that he was dead, right? And they do talk about the different emotion and the grief cycle and stuff. And as I'm reading the book, A Course of Love, I'm like, oh shit, I was denying my own emotions. I was denying how I truly felt. And yeah. So now something has unlocked since yesterday or the past 2 days. I'm like, holy crap. So I have to accept how I feel right now, right? And so I want to tell everyone I am okay. The day that I want to die, don't worry, I'm going to go and get some help, okay? I allow the emotion. And the goal of going to therapy is to acknowledge what has happened and live the emotions. That is the goal of therapy. Now, let me tell you why I'm doing this post here. Because Erik's sister, Vanessa, she came on my messenger this afternoon. And hi, if you're watching. I don't know how you heard that I was not doing well. But yeah, because anyway. So I haven't talked to her in over 4.5 years almost, since I left Sutton. I haven't talked to the family at all. And she comes and she writes, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're not doing well, you're struggling. When you're ready, so you probably could benefit from psychological help. It's hard to acknowledge when we need help, but I have names when you're ready." I'm like, fuck you. I said, thank you. I didn't say fuck you, I said thank you. And then I said, you know what? No. I wrote to her, I said, you know what? What the heck? We don't talk in 4.5 years. You see one post and you come on my page, you come and talk to me and say, I need some help, and you're ready to give me help. Instead of just asking me how I'm doing, you based everything on me on one post. Sophie, get back in! You don't go out there, thank you.
Just let it go.
Anyway, so I'm doing well, and this morning, after I read this, I'm like, fuck that shit. Yeah, I have my moments, and I told the girls, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Mama's not going anywhere. I have my moments. Yes, I'd rather be in bed, half asleep, having these moments than being anybody else. I accept who I am right now. And I accept that I've been healing a shitload in the past 6.5 years and stuff that they put me through as well.
I'm putting the heat on cool.
And so I accept how far I've come and that I'm not done. And that it's coming more. So, but to acknowledge, to go where I want to go, I gotta acknowledge where I am today. And no, I'm not gonna die. I don't want to die. Yes, there is positive for everything. God, can we just acknowledge that, yeah, he didn't have to deal with all this shit? I did. And I actually am going to love myself even more because of all the shit I've went through. And I'm going to say, man, I'm fucking awesome. And so watch me rise as I go. So thank you for people who are coming just out of nowhere, not minding their business. I appreciate it. And thank you for pissing me off, because anger is better than powerlessness. Anger is better than feeling hopeless. So like Abraham says, if you can't go to love, just go to the next emotion, which is anger. Then go to the next emotion, maybe jealousy. Go to the next emotion and you'll feel satisfaction in the moment. The goal is to feel satisfied with where you are and striving for more. And right now, I am fully embracing the present moment.